Welcome to A House Around the Corner. I'm your host, Tricia Ziemer, and I'm here with the lovely Chris McCall, manager of the Yarraville Community Centre. Welcome and thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Now, this is the second year that you've held a very special celebration called Refugee Week.
Yep.
Can you tell me a bit about it?
We have over 250 students studying English as a second language with us. We have 63 languages other than English spoken from our students, and we thought we should celebrate who they are, where they come from, and also linking in with our local community via the Yarraville West Primary School and inviting them to come and celebrate with us.
And what's the impact on the community of that day?
It actually opens dialogue with our students, and they feel like they're connecting more with our local community. They participate in art activities with the primary school students, so they're telling their story through art, but they're also teaching the Yarraville primary school students, young people, about their own culture.
We're going to join the school and the centre for this extraordinary celebration.
Thank you everybody for coming here today to Yarraville Community Centre. Today we're celebrating, having a celebration as part of our Refugee Week celebrations.
So Refugee Week at Yarraville Community Centre, this is the second year we've invited Yarraville West Primary School students to join in with our adult learners for some fun activities and also a bit of general learning about backgrounds and different cultures. Refugee Week encourages our students to maybe pursue other courses. We look at famous refugees and what they've accomplished. One of the case studies we had today was a refugee who came here. He was only 8 years old. He couldn't speak any English at all, and he ended up graduating the top of his school. And a lot of the students in the class at the time I heard them going, "Oh, wow, oh, amazing." And it sort of encourages them to say, hey, I can do it as well. Just because I'm a refugee doesn't mean that there are limitations on what I can do.
I studied last year language community centre and speak, talking, writing.
Well, we had an art project being the biggest activity where students would spend an hour in small groups working with older and younger students, trying to visually represent their own cultures. We also did some general facts quizzes about famous refugees. We had some henna art going on, which was really good. The students love having their hands painted in henna. And also an activity where students have to dress in newspaper according to traditional dress of different countries, which is always a popular one.
What you're going to do is you are going to be tailors. Tailors are people who make clothes. Now you can see there's no sewing machines or anything, so you can't do anything like this, but we have newspaper, and sticky. And we're going to have a competition. Now, very carefully, can the two models move over there? Is it possible? Can you move? Max and Liesl don't know that they have to wear that all day. No, we have 3 judges. Right, so we've got Max and Liesl. So judges, have you decided? Right, the winner is Max.
The primary school students love it. They're a bit shy at first, but they tend to sort of warm up after 20 minutes in the activities. They also love learning about the different cultures because a lot of them have different backgrounds themselves. So as well as our students sharing their cultural backgrounds, we found that a lot of the primary school students are also sharing their different cultures. It's always good to watch the students. You help them at first, especially with the artwork and things, and then to be able to stand back and watch them interacting, the older students and the younger students together. It's really good, and you hear them asking questions about, your language and how was it for you when you came over, and did you speak any English when you first came. The students that come to Yarraville Community Centre are quite a range. We get mainly Vietnamese students. The ages can go from 18 to 65, and we run a lot of different courses where they can study part-time or full-time, depending on their needs. We do. We have a lot of refugees coming in. A lot of them come from Africa. A lot of the Vietnamese refugees have come here from quite a while ago, and they came over on the boats. We actually have one of the teachers here whose parents came over on the boat with one of his students' parents that they discovered later on, which was quite a reunion there, so that was quite nice.
Well, in the Vietnam, we were scared, so we played. When I live in the boat, I really scared because I just see the water. We scared and can't look everything because small boat and 65 people in the boat. And no food, no water. From the Vietnam, we go to Malaysia about 4 days. Then I live in Malaysia about 3 months, and we waiting for my uncle give the sponsor, and I came to Australia.
Yeah, I'm like Australia is very good country, and then very safety, very good. I'm start my son, and I have a little daughter. I'm born in Australia, and then I'm happy with my children. I'm happy. I'm coming to community Yarraville. Yeah, that's maybe 2 years come back. Yeah.
We have here anywhere from initial language learning, which is 0 English, to probably university entry level. At 0 English, you can imagine there are quite a few barriers that you have to come across. Very simple things, and also just the classroom as a whole can be completely foreign for people. Some people may come from war-torn countries where they have no schooling experience whatsoever. So the idea of arriving to a class at a certain time, bringing a pen, bringing paper, it's completely foreign to them. And also just bringing awareness, I think, that refugees aren't people that are just out there in the camps. There are people within our community who are refugees who have been here for a while. It's not just the newly arrived, whilst that is a focus obviously at the moment with camps and things. There are also people that have been living and working maybe next door to people within the community who are of refugee status.
I'd just like to thank everybody for coming here today to celebrate Refugee Week with us here at Yarraville Community Centre.
Just around the corner.